Well, hello. I didn't see you there. Today on Documentaries, we're gonna take an in-depth look, no, a journey into the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I'm your host, Alexis Amaris. Today I interview famous historian Joe Schmo, and he tells me a little more about the Civil Rights Act of 1964, as well as shows us, and you the viewers, never before seen footage from that era. What you're about to see is a clip from this movement, protesting. It's never before seen, and it's only seen once. End discrimination against African Americans. Equal rights for all minority groups. I'm sitting here with famous historian Joe Schmo, and he's going to tell us a little more about the Civil Rights Act of 1964. What exactly is the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Can you give us a summary of it and just take us through how this bill became a law?
It's lovely to be here. Now, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibited discrimination in public places and provided for the integration of schools and other public facilities. It also made employment discrimination illegal. This document was the most sweeping civil rights legislation since Reconstruction. The first idea for this bill was proposed by President John F. Kennedy. This bill was proposed by President Kennedy because the treatment of minority groups and African Americans was not okay. They were treated harshly, they were beaten, and he needed to put an end to that. The draft of this bill was written by President Kennedy in the Justice Department and sent to Congress on June 19, 1963. First introduced in the House of Representatives by Emanuel Seller on June 20th, 1963. Emanuel Seller was one of the sponsors of this bill, as well as President Kennedy. You are now about to see this never-before-seen historical footage of Emanuel Seller's introduction of this bill into the House of Representatives. I want to introduce to you a new bill direct from President Kennedy to end discrimination.
I don't think the South is ready for this. I ain't gonna vote.
Once in the House of Representatives and the Senate and House Judiciary as well as Commerce Committees worked on this bill. Many changes weren't made to this bill, except the Senate passed a clean bill version where it changed punctuation and spelling to win over Republicans, as well as it lessened the emphasis on government enforcement. The House passed their version of the bill on February 10th, 1964, and it was passed 290 to 130. The Senate kept pushing back the passage of this bill and filibustering until a cloture vote on June 10th, 1964. The Senate finally passed their version of the bill on June 19th, 1964 by a vote of 73 to 27. Once sent to the House on July 2nd, 1964, the House passed this bill on the same day. The bill was sent to President Lyndon B. Johnson on July 2nd, 1964. President Johnson eagerly waited for the arrival of this bill as he was ready to sign it. He wanted to pass this, and he was a big supporter of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Within a few hours of passage, he signed this bill into law on TV nationwide, very cheerily. He was ready to end discrimination. What you're now gonna see is a small clip of what was put on TV of President Lyndon B. Johnson signing the Civil Rights Act of 1964 into law. We believe that all men are created equal, yet many are denied equal treatment. We believe that all men are entitled to the blessings of liberty. Yet millions are being deprived of those blessings, not because of their own failure, but because of the color of their skin. And the law I, President Lyndon B. Johnson, signs tonight forbids it. And that ends our journey of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to becoming a law.
And thank you for watching tonight's edition of Documentaries.